Good morning, everyone. So we are in a different part of Sanborn that is not the Narrows, and I have not been here in the longest time. And that's okay. And it's time to explore something different. Mint, not just putting mint, but the joys of getting a library card and they putting out park passes. Now, I have a state one, but I've been using the county one a lot more recently, and that's fine. It's funny, I just got my back prep. I just went to the chiropractor too. So we do some catch up, if you'll say the least, because there was a lot that happened right after I did that what happened that I got fired video last month. So it'll be a nice opportunity to do some more catch up because a lot has happened since then. And I don't know what hike I'm doing today. I downloaded one. But yeah. I just need to use the restroom first and then we'll do it. I'm more dressed like I'm going to run, but I'm just going to go get my 2-mile hike in for the day and we'll go from there. Wait. My son had no text me. Arbor Creek, that was there. That's the one if you take the other way around. That's the creek where it ends up. Should have brought my other. You see dimples like that. It reminds me of something. Acorn processing. Yeah. What has happened between then and now? We left off. So around like this, was it Saturday after? No. It was early. And we got the call from my old supervisor who took over my job. She texted me to inform me that her husband passed away. She invited me to the service, which I told her, yeah, of course. God bless you. I'll be there. So we get to the following Friday. I run into a teacher, one of my little lead teachers, Miss Elva, who we all worked together with Miss Anna, who was my former supervisor as well. Yeah. So don't mind me if I pause and stare at trees every now and then while I'm talking. We're at the church where the service is being held. So she tells me good news that she was able to get back in the company. She is undocumented. And so it's been hard for her to find kind of a stable job. So I just give her congrats. Miss Anna comes up to us and informs us of something that kind of just surprised me in a good way. That the Head Start department at the old company was being closed down. And in my heart, I stare in front of the church. And mind you, it's a Catholic church and I haven't been to a Catholic service. I haven't been to a Catholic service. I converted. So I converted, and yeah, you saw how my life has been. Anyway, so I just stared, because Catholic churches, if you do not know, have always, there's always a cross in the middle with Jesus, the crucified Jesus on it. And it's very prominent. Like the one at my mom's church always used to like scare me as a kid. I don't know if it was meant to do that. But I told Alva, I said, I heard that Rachel, who was the head of Head Start, wandered into the center on the Thursday that I was put on leave. And that when they told me that upper management had made that decision, I was kind of like, if you're right there and you're the ones that betrayed me after you know my character, God knows. And that's why I emphasize that a lot. That God knows when evil is being done to you. God knows when people are speaking bad. So I told them, and I had this thought this whole entire time, like here, I didn't want to say it out loud to say anything there, that they will get what is coming to them, the company, for what they did. And so when they told me, Miss Anna tells me, Head Start department, everyone is getting laid off on April the 30th. I stared at Jesus. I said, God, you have vindicated me. So it comes to show you, because yes, there was good people that work in that department, do not get me wrong, that just had babies, okay? And they're good people. And there's one that's a fucking snake. And all I could just say to them, welcome to the club. I'm gonna say, we'll say that with earns, because my days in the sabbatical club are coming to an end. I did finally manage to get a job. I'll tell you more about it. Number 6. We used as someone's personal shelter. That's cool though. Look at that root structure. So in total, I applied for about, I had 4 jobs that I actually did apply for. And granted, technically, I intentionally chose to wait until March to really start looking. And I had little idea that the job market was kind of iffy. So I did allow my permit from the state to expire, which means I'm not eligible to work as a teacher in a state-funded preschool. But private schools, no. So I aimed my focus more towards that. And I applied for, they were all educational jobs. Not to say I did apply for jobs while I was on the UI. But it's different, you know. So, of course, so all the schools, my hand on this side is more shaky than the right, sorry. All the schools I applied for, and they're very just different degrees. private school, elementary school teacher, and that was the only one in March. They were very picky and they were testing my grammar, and I could write well, I just cannot explain it to you. So that didn't work well. They did send me an email saying I wasn't proceeding with that, and that's fine. The job would have paid pretty decently, but no. The next job is something I really was actually really hopeful about, which was nature trails over there. Okay. Back on track. It's pretty much my last day at Cathedral of Faith was the day that I got rear-ended in October. So I don't go to COF anymore. I do go to another one, and nature trail this way. So many nature trails. So I applied to this school and I got a response pretty quick. Instructional assistant, and was able to secure a phone interview and then an in-person interview pretty fast. But the only thing that was just so many setbacks with that position was that they had 1 week after, until she told me they were going to do more interviews. A week after that, they had spring break. So she was very intentional in being like, I'll get back to you on April 17th. April 17th comes around, still get another email. Thank you for your interest. We're still interviewing candidates. I'll give you another update the following week. Following week comes. And I still don't hear it. Like, I still get another email with the same pretty much response back. So I'm just like, what's going on here? Hold on, I think I'm going the wrong way. So this could use a good cleaning. What was I saying? Yeah. Christian Academy is telling me right there. Breadcrumbing me. Teasing me. Interview went very well. I would have loved to work there. I only had to work like 10 months out of the year. You've given me travel time. Granted, the pay wasn't the best, but I was willing to work with it. Huh. There is a lot of miner's lettuce over here. Yeah, it's only one that I could actually go and say too that there was a prayer session before the interview started. Oh yeah. No answer is an answer. Because it took them, it was pretty much a month leading me on and getting me all excited for nothing. Their job, it was funny, I applied to that. Like, good even if you do have interviews just to do backups. JIC. So that one was more for admin. And they pretty much took their sweet time getting back to me 2 times. And then it's kind of like, oh, she's still interested for the job, so you should just get the interview and we'll not deal with her anymore. So yeah, because that center was opening a new place. So it was a funny conversation though about being a director and all that. They're like, well, you don't want to be a director? Nope. I would not want to do that to myself ever again. So yeah, the last job I applied to after that was pretty quick into getting a response. And I wasn't really thinking too much out of it. I think I was just looking on Indeed and just saw that they were hiring. And I saw it was a floater, so I was like, floater I can do because easy. And that had to be the least prepared interview that I have ever done. Still think phone interview. Then they forward your information to the hiring manager. All stuff I'm very familiar with, by the way. But I just like to hear. I love hearing the water. So this was going to be the location that was closest to me. It's actually close, very close to my old studio. But right next to Santa Teresa County Park, which you all know I love. So yeah, kind of just didn't go in there with high expectations, and I just kind of been channeling. Feel like, let me just channel one of the energies of my old floater teachers. And then I was like, shit, they wanted me to do an activity for 24 kids in circle time. I'm like, ugh. But if you know early childhood education, you have to keep these group times very short because children do not have a high attention span. So you have to make it quick and engaging and end it as soon as you see the children start fidgeting. So on Amazon, I bought one of those card games for animals. Look, they could just imitate animals and shit, and I'll just ask questions. Interview went well. Yeah, so right after that interview, went home, changed because I said I wanted to go for a mini run. We didn't even make it to the park. This was like literally 45 minutes later. I get a call from their, what's it called? From the HR rep, and they said they wanted to give me an offer and that they loved me. So in my head, I'm secretly just thinking, I wanted to give the other place, the academy, the church academy, a chance to give me an offer. And that, so this was Thursday. The Friday came around, it was just the same response. Thank you for your interest. We still need more time to come to a decision. I'm like, I don't know if I have time. Like, that was the thing I kind of just prayed about was, if it was meant to be, yeah, that intercession I felt would have happened. The thing is, it didn't. So I had to take that as the sign that that job was not mine and that this job was. So I accepted that position, and it paid much more, which I'm grateful for, and I will start on Monday. So God willing, everything kind of works out. So much different environment compared to the thing. So throughout, it was like this whole period ever since like here last month, April, I started reading 5 chapters of Psalms a day. And it's kind of like here. And at the time, I did not know, like I didn't resonate to me as much. But I feel that during this whole season, it's been calming so much. A lot of, I felt more in tune with what David was going through. It's a beautiful thing. Vindication, praise, And it shows you how much really God can do. I was doing a lot of prayers. Sunday Lakewood, I would always post a prayer. Ever since that day it happened, that whole month of October up to here. And it's kind of just been interesting to see how the prayers have changed. I am grateful for that. You smell it right now. It smells fresh. So, also speaking, I did have my first check-in appointment with my endocrinologist to see how my body was responding to the medication. And within 1 month of taking, I managed to pretty much get my thyroid levels back to almost like a healthy range. So it's like 1.8. It's supposed to be 1.7. Y'all hit normal range. But 1.8 is good considering I was like a 4.2 when I first started. The betas were helping. So she told me to ease off of that. Now it's more, she said, was just maintenance. Hold on, let me see where I'm going. Because of all that, I just have to take one pill to, let's see if my body can regulate the thyroid by itself now. So once a day, and I'm completely now eased off of the beta blockers. So my heart rate is in a more healthier range. I did get cleared to run, and it's always so crazy that I think that how did I manage to run with having an undiagnosed autoimmune disorder? It's crazy. Because running now seems so much different, but yet my body is not responding the way I thought it would. And my body has been hurting. So running is kind of, I'm not desperate for marathons. I would love to. We'll see how I do. Because a lot of these marathons were run during that 6-month period. So see how I readjust to this. Got the amphitheater, something over there. There's supposed to be a pond over there, so we'll figure this out when I see it. It's funny how many trails I've been on. Like how many times I've been to like specific county parks, but yet I haven't gone to really see it. That pond was nothing spectacular. Ain't nothing I haven't seen before. So let's just hike ourselves all the way back. This is slow because I've been stopping and talking, so it's good to see undersides though. just love the sound of birds. Okay, we're on the right way. At 12 coming up. I did forget to say one thing that happened because Head Start was a federally funded program that served low-income families. So because of the current regime, did a lot of changes, made a lot of changes to the educational department. So I think that's what did them in. But also as a result of that, all my teachers had to take a pay cut because they were no longer working for federal Head Start. They are now state funded. So Ms. Anna did tell me that, and I'm like thinking too, if I was working like that, I would have to take a pay cut too. But I really did take a pay cut, and that's totally fine. I think I've really learned how to live below my means and still live a functional life. So I'm very grateful for that. Money is not everything in the world. It's good, it does help. Like I'll be more than sufficient at being able to serve my needs with this new job. So grateful. Am I almost at the right place? I need to check. I could start to see cars. I'll always have an affinity for this place. It's always been good to me. We do have a marathon that they run here. I just don't know where it is. Well, I mean, I know where it is. It's gotta be here, but other than that. Good. Tell people, don't park next to me. I bite and they still fucking park next to me. They don't want to walk over there. Yes! Got my 2 miles in. So yeah, get the pass. Don't have to pay for parking. I don't know what to. That last video of me, I saw how wide my face was, okay? And I'm telling you, those were a lot. That's mainly my side effect with going through this whole grave situation, is that my face, it gets so bloated. And the little kids. It was in the car. I don't have my water bottle on me, so we're drinking green juice. 30 calories. So thanks. So real quick, I do have my cousin who's trying to do more juicing. I just really do think it's harder to do juicing if you're just having a lot of fucking things. What does this guy want? I'm leaving. Don't worry. Maintenance, you can't kick me out because I'm on the way out. Restore. But yeah. I really do think if you're drinking juicing, this is the way to do it. So yeah, time to go home and I could go play Final Fantasy 14. I think I got like 8 more days with this thing. I don't know if I have even time, but I think I've made good use of it so far. My face is not bloody. My face is not. I hope, because one of my symptoms was that my eyes were slightly protruding out. I asked her about that and she said it might take time to go away, so I just hope it doesn't get any crazier. But cover up and just get on with life. God, you look good.